Hey everybody, welcome back to Final Fantasy for Darkness in the Heart. I wonder how this leads us into the, I mean, obviously we know Caliax is going to be the end of the dungeon, right? That's what they're always doing. Sorry, I want to talk about that, but we'll do this first. This time, I went back to locating Caliax's lair. I have a new strategy in mind, but it remains to be seen if it will aid in narrowing down possibilities. I'll ask Kral for help. I want to re-examine the data, starting with that of her parents. After all, they were the first to break away from the preservation. Yeah, see, the preservation is important. I don't know. Like, are they going to vanish with this, do you reckon? Like, is Caliax all that's left of preservation or not? I don't know. Establish an organized resistance with Oblivion. There must be something in there that we can point us in the right direction. What are your plans, Strife? I'm going to answer this phone call and see what's going on. And not hit my hand on the desk. I hope that didn't come through, but it hurt. Strife, is that you? Apologizing for calling suddenly. I've been making the rounds in the outskirts, and I cannot help but feel as though something is amiss. Might I ask you to join me? Your perspective would be most appreciated. You can wait until you've finished attending to Shale, of course. It seems your plans have been decided for you. Go on. I have others to speak with before I return to the back room. I shall peace out. Good luck. I'll come back to you in a bit for a dungeon. Let's get some mystery mounts action. Right, where are we going? Oh, we're just going back to the outskirts. Yeah, what halted me for a second back there was dungeons. It's something that I was talking about with people beforehand. We've kind of got into a weird situation with dungeons where it's just always like I like a dungeon a patch. I liked it better honestly when we had 2 dungeons a patch. Back when we'd have like the hard modes and stuff, like they were great. But obviously that's not the same for everybody. A lot of people were like, dungeons kind of whatever. So it's like, okay, fair enough. I see taking that and putting that pun development elsewhere. I understand that. But it doesn't mean you have to always put the dungeon in the story. That's what I'm saying. You can have your off patch without a dungeon. It doesn't have to. You know, you can put that as a hard mode or something somewhere else. I think I'd prefer that. I'd like to see a hard mode and go back occasionally to areas we haven't quite finished with. Strife, thank you for coming. As I mentioned, I would benefit from your worldly experience. Okay. Subsfiend. Perhaps it is my imagination that the townspeople appear to be acting oddly. That is, even considering the current state of affairs. As I am yet unfamiliar with the outskirts, I thought you might be better equipped to judge their behavior, as is usual or not. Would you speak with them and see what you think? Though I hope to be proven wrong, I fear something is not right here. Okay. Something ain't right here, huh? Hello. You're not wearing a regulator. Do you know the end is coming? Well, it is your life to lose. Are you wearing a black one or a white one? You're wearing a black one. Oh, it literally says Neo Regulator equipped resident. I got myself one of those Neo Regulators and registered a little while ago. As soon as I did, a display appeared showing me the number of registered users. Right now, it's setting at 4,168. The upper limit was 5,000, wasn't it? Seems total shot up right after those machine malfunctions. It's only a matter of time before everyone's registered. I pity those who weren't chosen, but I'm going to be an endless. I'm going to evolve and live happily ever after. Okay. I think you're a bit of a weirdo for thinking that, mate, but okay. You live your best life. Endless or not. Hello. Oh, please. Tell me you've brought me a new regulator. Officially, we've all been handed out already, but I've heard rumors there were a few left over. Surely the government still has some. Or perhaps Queen Fiend. I may not look it, but I was one hunter once. Back then, I hardly gave death a second thought. But now, I know the truth, that I can't think about it. There has to be a way to hold on. There has to. Damn. Greetings, I remember you paid a visit to Queen's Fiend. Come to check on our well-being, have you? Well, I can say things are rather stressful out here as well. Without knowing it, if or when our machinery might turn murderous, the factor of death is ever present. I just wouldn't use them. It's ever present. People are terrified to clamor for new regulators. Has reached a fever pitch. I personally was fortunate to have claimed a new device early on, and have long since completed the registration. Death has no hold over me now. Now that I must begin my prayers, the darkness draws closer, grows deeper, and I must cast it out. What? Yo, dude, that's some cult shit. Like, oh, okay. Bit weird. Bit weird. The darkness is coming. Is that darkness Necron? I mean, that's who we're fighting, right? Yeah, they tried to keep that trial secret, but I feel like, come on, we know. What do you think? Are you right to worry? Oh yeah, yeah. It freaky out here. Yes, that's it exactly it. These people are overwhelmed by uncertainty and fear. Each new registration, as fear inside them grows more insistent. How long until it drives them into a full-blown panic? Yeah. What if they attack and kill a near regulator user and should try and take it, but it's already registered? That wouldn't matter. You come to resolution. You have a problem. I'm already here with Lamity and Alphino. Sure, Alize. I'd love to. Consfin, Alize wants to see us. You come with me. It's too dangerous here. This place sucks. What the hell?
What's happened? Sorry to drag you out here, but I thought it best you see for yourself.
Death is your constant companion. Though you toil with diligence, death may come ere your reward is bestowed. Though your grand works be poised for completion, death may come ere you wake the following morn. Though you enjoy a life of peace and good fortune,
what a lovely message.
Needs but one instant to claim you. Your bodies are weak. Your heart, your brain, every fragile organ rolls the dice from moment to moment.
Just Lalafell's feeling it. He's like, oh, my organs. Oh, my fragile organs.
Be you stoic or generous or righteous, no virtues tip the scales in that fatal reckoning. The choice is made without reason. The end is cloaked in terror. That is what it means to die.
Wow. What a cool public announcement.
The announcement began after we finished our meeting with Gossen. As for its source, well...
Calyx.
There is no shame in being afraid. It is that very fear which will drive you to conquer death. Let us set a new course for mankind. Let us preserve our existence unto perpetuity.
What is with these guys? With the people who have the black regulators, why are they chosen? Are they specific? Because surely you don't just want 5,000 random assholes, right? You want, like, the best of the best. But it just seems random.
Wish for it. Pray for it. We will become endless. With evolution's brilliance, will we banish the ever-present darkness of mortality.
Change isn't easy. No one ever wants to take the first step. But this is the right path for us. What other way could there be? I'm gonna do it. I'm going to register.
You telling me that you haven't registered yet? You're not on your head but haven't registered?
You couldn't have come at a better time. Please, you have to let us move to Tuliolal.
It's too dangerous to stay here. Who knows when the next century will turn on us? Even if we wanted to become endless, there are no more neo-regulators to be had. Fleeing is our only option.
If the solution was as simple as leaving, then we'd all have left already. Did you not hear the announcement? For the living, death is a foregone conclusion. No matter where we go, or who we shelter with, we won't get another chance like this to overcome our fate.
Easy for you to say when you have that regulator.
The Landsguard are on their way as we speak, and arrangements have been made to see that you all will be safely evacuated. Tulichola will aid you in whatever way we can. So please, remain calm.
I want to help Alexandria. I want to save its people. But what can I do? I am not their queen.
What if I went up to that elf guy and just took his regulator? Where is he? Where is that guy? Just took his regulator and crushed it in front of him. What's he gonna do? Where is it? They're all gone. What are you gonna say, Gossett? You got yourself one of those fancy regulators, haven't you? My apologies. The side was not responding to any of my attempts to change it. I switched it off. Alright. So we'll come back. What have you been up to? Sorry, I couldn't be here in time. Crowd told me everything that's happened while we were away. What? Yeah, Isaiah, what have you been up to? We've had our hopefuls who descended of Liberty, disperse for now. We could see tempers in the crowd. Tempers in the crowd were starting to flare. Yeah, they were. Tempers were getting out of hand. At least the last wave of attacks may not be as widespread, but people are reaching their breaking point. We have to stop Kelliaxes soon. Okay, what about you, Alfredo? Firstly, those deadly manufacturers are now a citywide announcement. He has spent considerate effort in recruiting his 5,000 endless, perhaps more than necessary. Yeah, I don't get it. There's got to be some sort of like shtick to it, right? Surely. Calyrex has a core system. I thought I turned the thing that makes all these people disappear when I talk to an NPC. Calyrex has access to the core system, which means that it's his choice to do so. He could deploy their soldiers, destroy the barrier. Even if our people learn to live with death and decide what to leave the dome behind, it will not be beyond his reach. If it serves to ally their fears even a little, I beg you, Uklamat, please, let them shelter in Tulial. We will welcome any and all who want to come. We already begin evacuations. We will be able to pick up a pace base once the Lands Guard arrives. In which case, we had best spread out and keep an eye on the crowds. Mood is tense, and they must prepare for positive violence. Possible violence, not positive violence. That doesn't make any sense. If you happen to determine where Calyx is hiding, though, we'll be ready to move at a moment's notice. Surely you'll find a clue of some kind soon. You can't elude us forever. Yeah, okay. Violence and fear. This is not the future that she envisioned for her nation. It was not Wookiee, you're right. This is what I'm talking about, right? They're worried about robots. Why is it still here? Why is this robot still here in a secretary form? Why? I know that their entire society is based around robots, which for starters, bad idea. But I understand that. Like, one of the members of government, like Gossin, come in and stand here or something, and do its job until they can figure it out. Like, I don't know. The higher ups surely should be able to sort this, even if it means doing a little bit of work themselves. Look about what you got. Preservation, their purpose? Okay, let's have a look. Tuliol would gladly welcome every last Alexandria with open arms. I mean, alright, that's not super smart though. You're like doubling your population. Can you read that? What the nation's late queen was so desperate to preserve. What are the bright heaven of peace and laughter? Uklamat. I won't stand here and let her legacy be sullied any further. I will protect Alexandria and what the promise I made to her at least. But she betrayed you, did she not? Why do you feel this obligation? I saw myself in her, I suppose. We felt people's joy as their own, yet alone we lacked the strength to protect them. There is so much that I love in this world, so much that take in my arms and keep safe. And that made me afraid. I needed someone who shared that love and fear. So together we could do what we couldn't by ourselves. Or maybe it was simpler than that. Maybe I just wanted that. Maybe I just wished that we could have been friends. So when she turned to me for her final hour, desperate to safeguard Alexandria's future, I swore that I would see it done. In the end, I think you both found a friend you needed. That would be yours as well, Sphene. Whenever you fall or struggle to rise, I'll come running to the rescue, and you do the same for me. That's how we protect the things we love. That's how we'll protect Alexandria. Yeah, you're right. I'm just gonna stay silent. They're having a moment. I ain't gonna push in there. Just gonna let them have their moment. Right, we've got a bit sidetracked there. We should probably be on our way. Do we patrol or see if Shale needs a hand? There you all are. What the hell have you been doing? Cool jar. Ah, splendid. We've arrived. We miss you. We were afraid we missed you. Alizair and the others said you were here. Good news, Strife. We've finally found a chink in Calyx's armor. We've discovered laboratories on Everkeep's 10th level that once housed preservation infrastructure. Okay, competent complex N29. It's called, and it's falsely registered as a distribution center. In reality, it hasn't recorded any traffic in decades. We don't think this is where Calyx is hiding as such, It may contain clues that point us in the right direction. I'm sorry it took so long for us to gather to get this far. If you're interested, what to do, you say... Sorry, if you're interested, what do you say we go check that out? Sure. Thank you for your hard work. This is a huge step forward. And up. We need to take a lift to get to the complex. I've cleared the expedition. I've cleared this with the expedition and relevant authorities, and have one of our people waiting to operate said lift. Let's not keep her waiting. Yo, okay. You got instance? It's gotta be an instance, right? Of some kind? Surely? The quest didn't... I'm metagaming slightly, but the quest didn't have a picture. Since the quest didn't have a picture, are you talking to a robot over there, or are you talking to an actual person? See, you're talking to an actual person! Why? Why keep any of the robots around? Put them in a big box and don't open it. Hello. Ready to head on up. Next stop is 10th level. Yeah, take us there. Oh, we just cutscene, boys? We're not. Instance. A bunch of tables.
So this is one of Preservation's laboratories.
It's so dark I can barely see.
Ah, the only light. Over the... I guess some sort of like touchscreen terminal, I suppose.
Just a moment. If I can reroute the power to the circuit.
Oh, well done.
You got the lights working!
Smell how stale the air is. This room hasn't been in use for many years.
It was thanks to Kryl and Galulja that we managed to locate this place.
I love like the screen behind her that's just like just nonsense. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing. It's so unuseful interface. Like they use that a lot in RPGs and sci-fi stuff. It's very funny.
You may remember that my earring contained the control code for the gate to the Golden City.
Oh yeah.
As it was Preservation that constructed the portal, we reasoned that the code to operate it might include a signature of some sort, unique to their organization.
Oh, okay.
So I took a closer look, and a line-by-line examination yielded a string of symbols identifying the code's author. We then began accessing the nodes for every door in Everkeep, seeking out control codes which contained those same symbols.
That sounds like it took forever.
After a grueling search, we finally discovered our prize behind door number 1860, the entrance to the facility in which we now stand. I'd probably still be at it if Galulja hadn't been around to assist me.
I took breaks, but Shale never stopped working. Not even once.
You're a treasure, Shale. Sounds like you need one of those energy tonics. I'd say that. I don't think I'd openly say you're a treasure, Shale.
Those concoctions would probably do me more harm than good, but I appreciate the sentiment. In any case, this next part will require your helping hands.
We need to spread out and search for something that may lead us to Calyx.
Roger that. Okay, I can do that.
We're more than happy to help, of course. But I wonder,
Won't he realize we've found this place?
It's highly likely, and personally I hope he does.
You know, our main objective, we're here to pick up Calyx's trail. And I've learned there's a certain device that should help us do just that. I'll explain how we proceed. But accordingly to the information I was able to dredge up, the device in question should be installed in the director's office. Okay. As for now, that might be, yes, a map that matches my data. Oh, I see. Wow, look at this. We've got like a whole like history room going on. This room is where the researchers' commons is located, the western side of the complex. Okay, the director's office is northeast of here. That small one. Yeah, alright. So we should cut across the circular chamber in the middle, yes? Yes, we should. But unfortunately for us, the interior door is locked. We need a security key with the appropriate clearance to open it. Judging by the mechanism, it'll probably be a card of some kind. Can't you, work some electric magic? I'll try my best, but this type of lock is well before my time. It may take a while to crack it. And in any case, I can't. In case I can't, you might want to look around and see if anyone left a security card behind. Considering this is the state of the place, it does seem like they abandoned it in some haste. So I shouldn't be surprised if we found one or two. Very well, let's get searching, shall we? Sure. Expect to have the most luck looking where the researchers kept their personal belongings. Begin searching the complex 1021. Choose cooperation will be necessary. Close cooperation will be necessary to overcome the obstacles bearing your path forward. Helpful hints will display a different color. Okay. Wow, okay. So we've got like a whole like intellectual dungeon here. The temporal screen displays what appears to be an index page for the employee manual. Personal protocols. For security reasons, Containment Complex 1029 has been restricted as the Materials Distribution Center. Okay. Keep this in mind and conduct yourself accordingly, both inside and outside the facility. Each employee must perform their tasks within the designated work room. The Researchers' Commons and Proto Lab and Dorito Lab, in the Dorito Lab, the entrance into another workroom without official clearance is strictly prohibited. Carry your security card at all times. Your clearance level dictates the areas that you have access. Okay? Equip your regulator at all times. I'm not going to do that. You have highly confidential nature of the research materials and other data managed within this complex. Preservation retains the ownership of all rights to modify the memories of all registered personnel. That's some severance fucked up shit right there. Okay. Research objectives. Access denied. Please log in with personal account to view. Okay. Leadership personnel. Complex Director Demetrius. Pro-Lab Director Chief Espiner. The Dorito Chief was restricted. Alright. Let's have a look around. Bad paperwork. Few documents sit in an untidy stack on top of a desk. You find no security cards among them. It appears to be only a desk. The drawer's already open. You can tell at a glance that the desk's former owner has left some things behind. Rifle through the desk? Yeah, I guess. You discover a card-shaped object at Electrope's surface, marked with Bold level 1. Oh, that be what we're looking for? Try the door and see if it opens. Okay. Guess I'll try. Hey Shale, watch out. Let me try this. The card-shaped object to the scanner. It's open, you did it, Strife. Thanks, kid. A good thing, too. I was getting nowhere. It was outdated circuit. I'm curious, though. Why would they abandon a facility like this? Zobbles, probably. It was run by a director, Demetrius, so the terminal there told me. Perhaps there's more answers to be had when we venture further inside. Then let's continue onwards. The door to the director's office is across the central hub. That's very nice. We got... Yo, look at that. You see that symbol right there? That looks like the key. That's interesting. Looks like a slot machine or a chair. That looks like a guy with a V. I don't think this is gonna let us in. I don't think this is gonna work here, guys. To be honest. Deeps of disapproval. No good. Maybe we need a different keycard. Yes, the scanner's demanding a level 3 security clearance to open the lock. As much as the delay chased me, we'll have to climb through the nearby rooms and hope we stumble upon a card we need. Started in the proto lab. Door's already opened at least. Find a way through together. Jail, I'm sure of it. Look at this place. Oh, it's like a flashing on the, it's the lighting flashing on the thing. I thought there was like something there that I could click. Yo, Guljar, what you found? I dug for this data in the tablet. I found a journal. I need to read it to you. The results of Experiment 158 shows a marked improvement in AFA extraction rates. At least we have achieved the target value set by Master Clerics. Though I will become endless as per our accessory protocols, I will perceive this historic number along with a few remaining worldly effects. So the number, huh? Yeah, I wonder what that means. There's a data tablet here. Here's a research personal data tablet. Skim through the entries? Yeah, let's do a skim. Today I began my employment at the Preservation. The organization was unfamiliar to me, but when the recruitment letter arrived, I had a gut feeling that the work would be far more fulfilling than an orthodox medical practice. My instincts were correct. Master Killick's philosophy is the refined ideal of notions I've only ever vaguely entered that Marx must evolve beyond the shackles of its flesh and blood existence. I had a meeting with Director Demetrius today. I've heard others praise his genius intellect, yet he seems to be a guttering candle in comparison to Master Calyx. Blinding brilliance. This morning I was permitted access to the top floor and observe the workings of living memory. As predicted, the shortage of ether required to sustain the Endless is reaching critical level. Yet Queen Speed insists on continuing their inefficient failing. Our military colleagues, including the Proto Lab chief, have been behaving in a decidedly suspicious manner of late. Should I report my concerns to the director? From tomorrow, I have been assigned to assist with the research project in the Dorito lab. We have searched for the conduct a manner experiment. Conduct a major experiment. Fucking hell. I'm struggling. We are scheduled to conduct a major experiment, the details of which are being kept ignorant. It would seem prudent to back up my memory data. I don't like that the text is slanted. It's not helping me. You've reached the end of the journal entry. Well, thank God for that, because that was annoying me. What you got, Kryle? Machine feeds into soul energy. Ugh. I'm reminded of my imprisonment by the Empire. Surely this device is not meant to hold people. Probably. What you got, Sven? The way this room is set up. The Chenster instead into a large the canister inserted into a large device looks like a soul cell. Could this be where he conducted their experiments to create Endless? But we could probably spend days investigating this complex. Finding our way into the director's office must take precedence. Speaking of which, Jar mentioned a locker over in the corner that he couldn't open. Perhaps you could take a look? I will as soon as I've talked with my girl Wuklabat. These notes seem to be about the research they did here. Let's take a look. Experiment 148, submitting interface candidate 201930. I don't know why, the pink text makes me want to write that down. 201930. To be considered for a efficient produce review. Experiment maximum value of 11509 recorded. Compassive study to be included in the report. Alright then. Oh, one more. Experiment 163 new personal proceeded is a result of 9834. Decreased value verified. But I have no idea what any of this means. Maybe will make sense later on. Okay, so where is this locker? Oh, over here. The number pad. The locker is shut tight. The number pad suggests inputting the correct combination will open it. You've gleaned some numerical data in your investigation. Attempt to enter the combination. Yeah. Sure. Select the number keys on the pad to input the combination. Enter up to 5 digits and press confirm. 5 digits? Okay. 1150. Hell yeah, we got some Resident Evil skills, baby. Locker pops open. Inside you discover a level 2 security card. That was great. That was a lot of fun. Strife, you got the locker open. And you found another security card. Oh, but it says level 2. We have 3, don't we? Yes, but it should open more doors to explore. You did well. Oh yeah. Preservation members lead such surprisingly normal lives. Leaving notes, losing their cards? Guess I imagine they'd be more, what's the word? Bloodless? Mechanical? My parents were once part of preservation, if you recall. If you would see the researchers who agreed with Kaliax and his philosophy underwent the conversion to endless entities. But I assume those who could not or would not eventually left the organization altogether. Oh, I almost forgot. The researchers kept journals and their data tablets. The one I read doesn't explain much, but something being helped in the complex, and afterwards something big happened in the complex, and afterwards it was decided that everyone would become endless. The writer was really happy about this. You can tell how much she admired Caliax's work. The entries ended after that, but maybe you can read more of the other tablets there. I have already, thank you. Right, then let's move the investigation to another room. Shall we go to the Dorito lab, I believe it's pronounced? The merchandise facilities, the maintenance facilities, left to search, both accessed via the southeast corridor. Okay, so it's back to the hub. Across the way. Which will hopefully yield before our new security card. I'll take the old one if you like. I doubt you have any more use for it. Sure. Yeah, here you go. You're just trying to get rid of a key item. That was fun, I enjoyed that. Scanning device. It waits silently for a security card. Well, I'm gonna put this key card too in it. Badoop. Yes, it opened. So, where should we go first? Let's start with the lab. Yeah, I agree. Let's get ourselves some Doritos. I actually hate Doritos. Shale, there doesn't seem to be much power here. No, not at all. It's possible energy supply for this room is on a separate conduit, which means there should be conductivity for opening the door. Look here, there's a sign with the card scanner. In case of emergency, backup power restored from the facilities. The facilities room is just down the other branch of the corridor. Let's see about getting the power we need. Oh my god. Engaging power supply. No good. Returning an error. That must be a preliminary produce. According to procedure, maybe even according to this error code reference, the power supply has been interrupted for an extended period of time. We need to reconfigure both the energy generator and the circuit control panels. Shale, is the emergency generator that over there? Yes, and by the looks of it, it's the same model as the one in Heritage found. But how does it send power to the other lab? I see. We're going to have to do some convoluted shit. The energy cable attached to the base of the terminal leads down the hall directly to the Dorito lab. Which means we need a way to connect the generator to the cable. What about these patterns on the floor? Could this be the circuit that we need to configure? Got it. I can't understand it. I believe you have the right of it. Using the control panels to set each of the tiles to create an unbroken path of power to follow. Configure for instruction manual. No, it's fine, I got it. Indeed. If you could look around written proceeds, I'll keep digging through the terminal's directories. Yeah, alright, I got it. I can do that. I'm used to that type of machine before. And I'd be willing to try and reconfigure the circuit path, Strife. The rest of us can help by supplying Strife with whatever information he might be found by the secretary. Yeah, okay, look, get out of my way. This is just Pipe Mania, okay? It's just Pipe Mania. I've done this shit 100 times. Wait, okay, hold on, wait, what? Which path will you set? Oh, okay. It's slightly different, but I understand. What was this? This is like this. Means we want this one here. Like that. Perfect. And then we want, which one do we got left? Square. Boom, baby. Like, come on. Who's struggling with that? It worked. You sure? We did it, Strife. Yes, we did it. Agreed. Well, it should be fully powered by now. Let's go to the Dorito Lab. Why do you keep calling it the Dorito Lab? Clearly not what it's called. I may shall. Could we access a certain data log before moving on? I was checking the storage shelves. On one of the labels caught my eye. Preservation, the early days is the title. Sounds like a prequel video game. Of course, it'll only take a moment to bring up the contents. It looks like a text-based account. I'll read it out. Preservation, an Alexandrian Institute for Technical Development, was founded by Kaliax, an 11-year-old child prodigy. Okay, so, right. So he is preservation. Kaliax is just straight up preservation. So we take out Kaliax, preservation ain't a problem no more, I don't think. Approval for establishing the organization came during Alexandria's involvement in the storm surge, with Kaliax's designs for new defensive solutions funded in large part by the Treasury. As conflict grew in seeing casualties mounted, Kaliax funneled preservation's resources towards the preservation of the preservation of memory storage. The perfection. I cannot read sometimes. Research into this field conducted even after the storm surge came to an end, with Kaliax eventually electing to preserve his own memories in a vital domain. So his account is from before he embraced the endless existence of years ago. I met him only once before the storm surge began. I was attending my father, who was then the reigning king of Alexandria. Kaliax could not have been more than 10 years of age, required constant treatment for his disabling illness. Yet he was published theories so highly regarded that even the royal family was aware of his achievements. Life should not have been lost to an injustice of death. Even now, I can hear the single-minded well behind his words. So it was when war came to our kingdom, my father was quick to commit his unwavering support to his somber youth and his proposals for preservation. Several years later, the ensuing violence brought the death of both my parents. Overwhelmed as I was by my son's succession to the throne, I suspect they spared me the reports of endless research and other less urgent matters. You had no way of knowing what kind of person Kaliax was changing into. Did he change, I wonder? Perhaps he was ever been the type to value ideals over compassion, and I failed to see that at the time. Or perhaps he did change, but is still driven by those same deeply held beliefs. The morality is cruel and unjust, and his role is to deliver mankind from his fate. Whatever the case may be, we cannot allow him to shape our future. Let's press on, shall we? If I've done my job correctly, the door to the Dorito Lab should be accessible. Now, let's give everything a once-over. Sure? Okay. This quest is like 1,000 years long. It's good, though. I managed to, like, shove a lot of story in there, you know? Dude. Oh, this is the end. Sorry, this quest is not taking very long. This is the end, apparently. The energy Current seems to be stable enough. Still, you should let me handle this one. The security card, if you please. Oh, and a quick prayer that those wire doesn't burn me from the inside out. Okay, here you go. You have the card then. We're worried about electrical currents. That's all you, Shale. Alright, next time, calculated evolution. Thank you so much for watching. That was a lot of fun. Some little puzzles. I feel like they took a long time to be like, oh, how could we possibly do this? When it was like super obvious to anybody who's played a video game once in their lives. But I enjoyed that nonetheless. That was some Resident Evil, like, weird. I don't understand why this area is designed this way, but it's fun sort of puzzle making. Love that. It's classic stuff. Anyway, I will see you all next time for a calculated evolution. Bye bye.